Okay, second round. We would like to play first. We're playing against Reader Rabbit, for those of you who know who that is. We are going to keep this one as well. Again, 3-drop, 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 and a giant growth. I like these type of hands. On the draw, I'm much more comfortable with it, but I think I'm going to take the risk here and keep this one. Having a 2-drop in here would make it, like if this was a 2, it would make this hand just fantastic. Give us a lot more options, but as it stands, we're just going to have to lean on our deck a little bit to draw some lands. We're running the full 17 though. We've also got a bunch of 2s that we can draw. All right, so we hit a land. Probably just going to lead with the healer here, unless something changes. Like if we draw our Seller of Songbirds, then we would move in on the Wayfaring Temple. Ooh, that's a good one versus us. All right, yeah, this makes it much easier. Just going to play out the healer. Let's see. If he wants to bluff, we might have to just call him here. Ooh. He's got Call of the Conclave for a Centaur, so a pretty nice one for him there. I feel like attacking is actually going to be the plan. I think we're going to have to try to race him here. We can set up a Golgari Decoy Giant Growth as well. If we want, we can just run Golgari Decoy out and ship the turn back. I'm assuming he won't want to attack into our Centaur Healer. But if he attacks, he hits us for 5, then we crack back and hit him for 5, and then add a Stonefair Crocodile or a Wayfaring Temple. I guess we can probably race here. This is I'm not really sure exactly what the best plan is here. I'm assuming he's just going to take it. If he doesn't, then we get to Giant Growth away something, which is nice. I'd love to get rid of this Centaur, but all right, so we will go ahead and get rid of the Centaur here. That's good for us. I like that quite a bit. So we can play a Stonefair Crocodile or a Wayfaring Temple, and I'm going to play the Wayfaring Temple. It's going to be a 3-3 by the time it attacks, which is better than a 3-2 against this guy, so I think this is okay. Keening Apparition, however, is like pretty good versus us. All right, he's got a Seller of Songbirds, which shouldn't be a huge issue. Arrest is probably just going to have to come down on Keening Apparition no matter what. Not no matter what. If he gets this thing in the way of one of our guys, then it won't. If we attack with our Centaur Healer and with our, like if we play Stonefair Crocodile or Golgari Decoy and then attack with both, he'll probably want to get rid of this, but that means he's going to have to put this Keening Apparition in the way. So I think that's actually fine for us. So let's run out this guy and attack with both. I'll trade off my Keening Apparition. I'll trade off either of these creatures for a Keening Apparition. I want to make sure that our Arrest is live. Arrest plus Golgari Decoy can be really good. You can force him into some really bad blocks. You know, the Wayfaring Temple tends to draw a lot of attention because it can be a powerful engine, but in our deck it's just kind of like a big dumb creature and occasionally will generate some advantage. So he might be tempted to throw his creatures in front here. All right, he has double blocked on this guy, so we're going to take out the Keening Apparition here. This is a fine trade for us, as getting this Keening Apparition off the tables is nice. It's definitely something that we're interested in doing because it makes our Arrest a lot better. All right, so we can attack with both now. If we want to get greedy, we can Arrest like this, and then that way this thing gets blocked. But I don't think I actually want to do that here. I think I want to play Guild Mage and Crocodile post-combat. So I'll just trade off this for this, basically. So let's play Guild Mage. And a Croc. And then next turn, if we draw a land, we can start making Centaurs. If we don't, we can scavenge this onto something and start getting him. All right, he's playing an Axebane Guardian, which really doesn't do anything here. Seller of Songbirds is interesting, but I think we just want to hit him in the face. I think that would just be better. So what I'd like to do is just scavenge this onto this. He is actually a little bit stuck on mana though, so we could consider arresting the Guardian and just attacking with everything. That might actually just be a better play. I wish we could do both of these, but we can't. Yeah, I think I'm actually just going to do that. This way he doesn't have any good blocks this turn unless he's got what's it called? And it doesn't look like he does. So we're just on the beatdown plan here, plain and simple. And we're trying to keep him off of his mana as much as possible. All right, he's got a second Axebane Guardian, but looks like he's going to have to block with that one. Unfortunately, we don't have the Tristani's Judgment here. So what we can do is we can scavenge this onto this. That makes it a 4/4, and that way he has to block something. So actually he has to block 2 something. So yeah, let's do that. And attack with everything. All right, and he has conceded the game. All right, so we're going to go to game 2 here. Now, I think this is interesting. So we did see at least one, what's it called? You know, destroy an enchantment guy from him, Keening Apparition, which means that Ethereal Armor is like a little bit worse. But at the same time, if he trades it for an Ethereal Armor, like we're not super bummed. It's just that he can do it during combat. Getting rid of our Arrest, our Knightly Valor, or especially our Collective Blessing is much more of an issue for our deck. We might, I think I just want to stick with this build. I think this is the correct build against him because I as much as I'd like to have these other cards, it looks like he was playing big. So he's just going to be playing big stuff. Like he's got at least 2 Axebane Guardians, so who knows what other colors he's playing as well. And I think this is the most sleek version of our deck. I think that like we have really good curve outs where we can put together a ton of pressure with like multiple Ethereal Armors, and we can bash him down with stuff like Knightly Valor and just keep him on his heels. Because we want to punish him for playing Axebane Guardian and make it not a good blocker. So let's stick with this. All right, so we have a reasonable, if unexciting, draw, but we will be keeping it. This is a lot of what our this is a lot of what our deck is going to look like here, or a lot of what our draws, excuse me, are going to look like. All right, so we're going to have a Stonefair Crocodile that we're going to be able to pump. And we're going to have a Seller of Songbirds as well, which isn't amazing versus him, but could come into play later when we start getting to other sources of mana. All right, so the awkward draw. As we hit our we draw our 2-drop on turn 3, unfortunately. All right, so let's attack. And if he has, what's it called? Flash Guy. All right, so he's got this Vigilance Knight, which he is going to trade off, and we're just going to Giant Growth this guy to not let that happen. I wanted to get this Karazda Monitor down, but that's okay. We've got Seller of Songbirds to help bolster our board position. We're out of combat tricks, unfortunately, so if he does have other stuff, then we're not going to be able to do anything. So what I'm going to do here is I think I'm going to slam Knightly Valor on this Stonefair Crocodile, and what that's going to do is it's going to allow us to attack through a yeah, I don't care about that creature either. What's that thing called? Hussar Patrol. That's what I'm worried about here. Right? He's hit 6 mana, all different colors, and he's come up with a Seller of Songbirds. So not the most impressive draw ever from Reed. But let's just keep attacking here. I'm going to attack with everything. He's going to trade off 1 for 1 and then block the other one. That's going to put him at 6. And we have to make a decision. I think we just run out Karazda Monitor. I think we just do both. Like, if we get Wrathed, then do I want to have both of these back? Probably. So, yeah, I'll keep them back, actually. It's fairly likely that he Wraths us here. If he does, we're not in a bad position. Ooh, Angel's Serenity. All right, well, now I wish I had all of them, but That's a good one. Now we need to draw our Selesnya Charm. All right, we've drawn our planes, so let's run out a couple of guys here. And ship the turn back, and all of a sudden we're just in a horrible position. And we're going to be taking this here because if we draw any number of spells that we could here, then we can, Collective Blessing, excuse me, then we can be in a good spot. Also, if we just hit, I don't know, a Giant Growth or something, we could potentially win next turn. What is he doing here? Is he going to rift us? Oh, man. Sphinx's Revelation, too. All right, so we're not winning this game very often, but we're certainly going to try. Angel of Serenity into Sphinx's Revelation is pretty decent for sealed. He's got a key rune for the blocks and another cellar. All right, so we're going to need to draw something. Towering Indrik is not unreasonable, but not great. We're going to take this, so we're going to take 6 the next turn, and that's fine. But we really need to draw, I don't even know, I guess just our Collective Blessing is what we're hoping for. We're going to go down to 5, or we're going to go down to 4 here, and we're going to block this bird. All right, he's not going to, I mean, obviously he's not going to attack, but, and we are just now in a really bad position. I mean, yeah. So Blessing, oh, we got a Tristani's Judgment. That's an absolutely fantastic rip, to be honest. Although, are we still alive here? It's a legitimate question. But let's kill his angel here. All right, he's got Dispel, so we're just dead. I main phased it so that he wouldn't be able to get a draw step in there. So we go, let's see what happens if we go block, 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 then we take 2, 3, 4. So yeah, we're just dead. All right. Okay, well, we know what he's trying to do now. Do we have anything to combat that? Not really. I kind of like our game plan of just get in there with dudes. We can play the Soul Tithe. That helps to slow him down a lot. If we played on a Axebane Guardian, then he has to start paying for that, and then that can get out of control pretty quickly. We can bring in a crappy card like an Avenging Arrow, but I just don't think that we really want to do that here. I don't think that we need to overreact, but I mean, our deck has to be fast, so we have to keep it with this sort of quick build here. We have to keep in mind that Selesnya Charm's one of our only outs, so we can use it if we're going to win, but otherwise we really can't. To the Angel is what I mean. He doesn't seem to be running any removal except for the Angel, so as fast as we can possibly be is where we want to be. But that doesn't mean we cut these, and we certainly need all of our creatures. Golgari Decoy can be an absolutely key card. Yeah, this is not a great spot for us. I think I'm just going to stick with our original build still and see if we can make this work. So we will play first. Let's see if we get a strong draw. Actually, this is a pretty good draw. We're going to need another forest at some point, but we've got a Brush Strider, which if we can pick up any number of combat spells, is going to be able to push through tons of damage. If we can't, then if we don't, then hopefully we just draw land so we can eventually hit Collective Blessing. Brush Strider is obviously fairly bad versus Infinite. He showed us 2. Ooh, that's a good one. Selesnya Charm doesn't do anything here, but I think that I do offer the trade, because if he attacks, I'm going to block, so he knows he needs to just get rid of this thing. Alright, so we need some creatures. That's about it. He's got an Axebane Guardian, so that's a good start. And we've got an Ethereal Armor, which is going to start pounding here, which is good, because we're a couple more turns from Collective Blessing. Ideally, we draw a creature next turn, play our land, play the creature, and then Ooh, that's bad for us. No, I guess we're going to have this Selesnya charm, though. All right, so we drew the creature, so stage 1 is good. And we're going to play a Stonefair Crocodile. Now, if he does rip the if he does go for an angel here, he'll have 2, 4, 5, 6. He's got it if he's got it. All right, he's got a Risen Sanctuary. So he didn't play an angel. He's still got mana up, though. I think we need to just take out this Risen Sanctuary right now. See if he has Dispel this time. He doesn't. Okay, so land. All right, now we're in business. We're able to apply massive amounts of pressure to him at this point. But we're kind of all in. I mean, he's got 2 more cards left and infinite mana, so if he's got the angel, we're just dead. Oh, he's got something right now. Blue, green. Oh, he's got his own Selesnya charm to take out our Pegasus. I guess that's good news that that's what he's doing, though, because if he had the angel, he wouldn't have done that. So hopefully he just has nothing left. If he has any removal, we're in a bad spot. But we have a lot of draws. Like, any creature that we draw is going to be awesome, and we're just going to keep hitting him over and over as often as we can here. But I don't think he would have done this if he had the angel. All right, Void Wielder. Annoying, but not really a big deal. Like, we do get to just recast our guy, and he's just going to be huge. All right, there's an Arrest. Arrest is interesting here, although not particularly good, as none of his guys can get in our way anyway. The angel is the card that we're really worried about, and we can't... If we arrest that, then he still gets to take our creature. So it's better than dying to it, but it's not like a true answer to it either. It looks like... Okay, he's going to Sphinx's Revelation for 7. And I don't think we're going to be able to survive that, unfortunately. So let's hit him for 6. He's just going to block anyway because he's got infinite stuff in hand. I don't want to arrest that, though. But, yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to win. I mean, I could arrest this, but he still makes white, 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 and then he has enough mana to play the angel. So, yeah, I think his Axebane Guardian with Sphinx's Revelation deck is going to get us here. That certainly is the last card you want to have in your hand there. He makes a 9/9 Ooze token. And we make a really interesting draw here, actually. We've got an Arrest and a Golgari Decoy, so we can hit him down to 10, play the Decoy, attack, and we can actually come up with a victory possibly here. So let's see if we can make this happen. If he's got some way to populate that token, we're in pretty bad shape, but what else are we going to do, right? So he needs to come up with something here that can get in the way of this decoy profitably. I mean, he's got a full grip, so he's likely has something, but he's got to do it. At least we're keeping some amount of pressure. All right, so he's drawn the angel, and that should be the game. Yeah, not much we can do here. Smiter's a good card, and we will play it, but realistically, we're in a pretty bad spot. He can start to race us here. All right, he's got a Hussar Patrol, which isn't really going to do much here, but he's going to start beating us down for 5, and we need to find like our Tristani's Judgment really, really soon. If we do, I actually like our chances. Puts us in a pretty decent position. I mean, we still have Collective Blessing. All of our creatures are better than his kind of no matter what. Yeah, we're just getting destroyed, though, because he's got infinite cards. You know, like him having drawn 7 cards in the middle of the game just means we can't really come back. We're going to try. Like I said, it's not like this game's just stone over or anything like that, but it's going to be really tough for us to come back. Yeah, we're just bricking here. All right, well, go. We are still alive, right? 5. Yeah, we're still alive. So he hits us for 5 in the air. And we can't ever really attack him, though, because he just blocks with an Axebane Guardian and then kills us. He's going to attack with everything. And we're going to block this big guy. And we're dead. All right, good games. And yeah, we'll be back for round 3. Though remember, this is a sealed daily event, so we're going to play all the rounds.